Hello, we are live once again. Bit of a short stream tonight, probably just be 45 minutes or so. Things have been getting real busy with like Christmas and everything else. I hope my audio's working. Let me just check real quick. Yep, seems to be working. I've got Christmas holidays, Christmas break, going out of town next week, so things are gonna be kind of busy for the next few days. So I probably won't be streaming until after New Year's because I'm gonna be out of town for like a solid week. So yes, this will probably be my last stream until January 1st, maybe December 29th actually. I'll be back on December 29th, so maybe 28th. Plans are unclear as of yet, but I will be back at some point. So yeah, a bit of a short stream tonight. Then I'll be off. I'm working on a new video. It's gonna be out probably tomorrow or the next day. I'm not sure. Depends how long it takes me to edit. I'm terrible at editing videos. So I'm just doing some quick practice stuff tonight. Just some technique stuff. Working on some, let's see, how many swords though? 2 swords. I had a third one somewhere that I had primed. It was a full arm. Well, that's disappointing. Well, oh no, there it is. I found it. Okay, cool. All right. Let's get started. I'm gonna do at least 1, maybe 2 glowing weapons. Let me just fire up my... There we go. Make sure everything's working good. Do a little test over here on my other computer. Sick. All right, we're underway. So the plan with these glowing swords is basically just, I think I'm gonna skip the handles and the hands and the arms and stuff. I basically just want to focus on the blades. So I want to do 1 that's lightning and 1 that's glowing. It shouldn't take me too long. These are pretty quick little things. I'm just doing sort of like a concept thing. I've done lightning weapons before. I'm gonna just do a practice run because these prosecutors are going to have lightning weapons, and I also need to practice like glowing effects for the flames on the wings. That's why I'm kind of doing this tonight, and then when I get back I'll have an idea of what I'm doing a bit more. My lightning weapons should be okay, but I want to do a start to finish just for the sake of not only the stream but also for a video that I'm gonna make in the future. I want to do a tutorial. I've done a video guide for how I paint lightning. Surprisingly, not well received. It's probably due to my dog-ass video editing, which is fine because my video editing is not very good. But it's getting better. I'm slowly improving at video editing. But I may want to do another lightning weapons, lightning sword sort of thing in the future, so that is why I'm doing this tonight. Hopefully this stays in the camera. Oh man, I'm tired. It's been a long week. I'm trying to get like it's so hard at the end of the year. I'm trying to get consistent stream schedule. My stream schedule is like, for probably about 3 or 4 months now, has just been not very consistent. And I really want to change that in the new year. It's mostly because I moved back in like May, and then I just haven't been able to settle in. I swear to God, it's like one thing after another, like events, and then I was sick, and then like going away, and I don't know, it's like going to visit people places, and it's like, man, whew, just like hard time getting into a consistent schedule since I moved. But next year's gonna be the year of painting, of just sitting at home doing nothing, just painting all day, every day. Well, not all day because, you know, gotta work, but all evening, every evening. It's gonna be my year next year. Indoor year. That's my plan. All right, lightning. I like to start black. Maybe just a little bit more paint here. No, I don't. All right, cool. We're cooking there. Lightning starts black when I do lightning. And then I go up to a dark blue, and then fire, I like to start with like a brownish color usually. I like to do this sort of like You know what? I can literally just do brown. A little bit of mahogany here. It should be light enough. It should be fine. I don't know what these tunes are. I'm still listening to the same old copyright-free YouTube playlist. We're dropping stuff here. I didn't stream last night, and it's not because I was tired. It's because the Dark and Darker patch came out last night, the new wipe. Goddamn, 24 hours of patching or something like that, and then they finally released the wipe, and then I spent the entire day getting absolutely destroyed by sorcerers because the class was overtuned when they released it. Crazy. But they released the hotfix and nerfed the sorcerer, so I'm hoping that when I play again next, things will be better. Alright, we'll go brown for the base coat for this. None of these base coats matter too much when you're doing like the lightning weapons and stuff. I just like black for the lightning because it gives a nice dark undercoat. I'll let that dry for a minute. I'll look at these. I'm trying to think about what's next on these. I finished all the leather the other day, so the leather is like highlighted up. There's not actually too much leather on these guys, but see, it's got a nice highlight to it, like the feet and stuff like that. Try to make it sort of this like scratchy, worn leather effect. And I'm pretty happy with how those turned out, honestly. Next, when I actually do get back to work on these guys, is going to be the gold probably, or the blue. I think I have to do the blue before I do the gold, like especially like these are going to be lightning weapons. Or some kind of lightning effect, and I like to do sort of a blue glow on the shoulders, so I'll do that. And the shields are a conundrum I haven't even thought of yet. My shield painting is like well, it leaves something to be desired, but right now. But once they are glued on, they'll be easier to finish painting. Oh yeah, and I finished this. This was my last practice piece that I did. I'm doing a lot of little random practice pieces right now because I'm really trying to improve certain techniques, namely faces. I did these two on this side, and then I did this one down here. And I was pretty happy with how the blonde hair turned out. I never really painted blonde hair before, but I was going for sort of a shiny blonde look on the hair. And I thought that turned out pretty cool. Probably have to like try and figure out like a little more high detail thing, but I was really going for like rough concepts. I think I'm gonna do a gray hair on like this guy. This guy's balding, and then so he'll get the gray hair, and then I haven't put any thought into this one. Maybe brown hair or something like that, like a dark brown hair. But those ones I'll do on my next stream probably. Alright, this black has sort of dried up a little bit, so now I'm gonna grab one of the many bottles of paint that's just sitting around on my desk. I think dark gray blue is like a good coat for a lightning sort of base color. Now the question I gotta think about is, do I want the lightning coming from the bottom of the sword or the top? If it's coming from the top, I want it sort of brighter up there. Look how I've done the other ones. I'll do it at the top because actually, okay, this is what I have to practice. I think I want it to look like the lightning is coming from the tip and actually crackling backwards, and I want to know if that look actually works, because if not, it needs to be coming from the base. So I'll do lightning up at the tip of the sword here. And base of here's like this. That should be the brightest point. So that'll be a little bit dark down at the end like this. Basically just go like this. Hell yeah. Alright, we're cooking. Let's go. This stuff should dry up pretty quick. like so, probably. Ooh. Watch this on this side, basically. Try to make it kind of rough. This I like to just do some like streaks, make it look like not super even. Go this side too. I definitely think practice is an important thing in mini painting. It's something I haven't done enough historically in the past, but I want to do more of it. Small little pieces and stuff, or like I choose like one or two things I want to work on, and then I just work my way through it, trying to solve it. Let that dry up. You know, I got this blue out. I had to clean up a few of these base coats. This base coat's already getting all like scratched up and stuff. I want to get like a thicker base coat on this. May as well. The paint's been chipping off. I think I actually rubbed the paint off this. Alright, that's fine. Do that like that. And now for the lightning. This is almost dry. Let's get a small brush here. Like a medium-sized brush to start. So I usually go with blue first. With lightning, it's really important to build up like, oh Jesus Christ, what is wrong with that blue paint? Bottle's almost plugged. Gotta be careful not to squeeze a bottle too hard if it's a little bit plugged, on account of definitely sometimes the paint can just explode everywhere and you end up with a huge mess. Alright, we're fine there. I use medium when I'm doing this kind of stuff. Luckily a small sword doesn't take too long to do. The last lightning sword I did was a big chonker. It was like a Quester Soulsworn sword that I used on my Knight Quester. Is the big two-handed sword from the Soulsworn kit. So this, let me see, the lightning is going top to bottom. That's fine. So basically I want to have like one central bolt like this. And it's got to be kind of a fat bolt. Sort of a fat lightning bolt like that. Bolts coming off of it at various points like this, and then that one can split like this. Maybe one more here. That, and then maybe one more like this here. I'm really trying to go with like sort of a semi-interesting lightning pattern here. Like that. That can come like right down the middle like that. Okay. I'll just do one side for now, and then I'll work my way through it, work my way down. Hey, how's it going, Adam Davidson? Not too bad here. Just doing a few little bits of practice. Just doing some lightning swords here. Actually, you know, maybe I better do the lightning on this side. Maybe I'll do one side with the lightning coming from the top and one side with the lightning coming from the bottom. So, if it's coming from the bottom, then it needs to come like this. And then this, I'll have it come like this and fork off towards the top of the sword. And then once you get like a good thick sort of forking pattern here, that's probably good like that. Start lightening those colors up a little bit. There we go. Okay. No, just like layering. Like layering and then maybe a little bit of glazing. Just to smooth it out. We'll see. I've done glowing swords before, so I'm just trying to like sort of improve my technique a little bit on this one. Let's go like that, and then let's go this side. This side's fine. Okay, this is from the top, and this one's from the bottom. All right. So I generally just start with black, and then I start layering up like lighter and lighter shades of blue. I should be able to get like, I like the sky blue to go on top of the regular blue. Just use like pro acrylic paints. Yeah, because so these guys are gonna have the blowing, or sorry, the glowing. My brain is slush right now. The glowing, glowing weapons on them. So I haven't done them for a while. I haven't done a glowing sword for a couple months. So I just want to like refresh my technique on it just a little bit. All right. So let me see if I go from here then. I'm just gonna trace those lines right down, but smaller than before. And hopefully that gets us there. For the lightning part at the very least. I like it to like not quite match the outer line, the slightly darker line. There we go. And I just got one more here that I gotta go down over. Then I switch to a smaller brush. There we go. Starting to get there a little bit. Take a few layers, but you know, I always like every time I increase the shade, I edge highlight it. There we go. Then I do the same on this side, but from the bottom of the sword upwards. You always want to be pulling when you're doing like fine lines. Always pulling the paint, not pushing it with the brush. Just go like something sharp like that. That, and like that. Okay. Something like that. That's like the reverse pattern, basically, like from the bottom of the sword upwards. There we go. A little bit of white paint here. So now I start mixing the white in and basically just like lightening it up more and more and more and more and more and more and more. So I'm basically just gonna. All right. Okay. Sorry, I'm having a hard time thinking and talking and painting all at the same time right now. Holy, brain power is at all-time low, but we're getting there. Now I'm hoping this brush is small enough that I can basically just finely trace that. Especially at some of the forks. Kind of just want to be tracing the forks especially. Getting like a real solid lightning sort of like pattern there. This. All right. 07. 07. Not sure what that means, but how's it going, dude? Oh shit, what am I doing here? Give me a second. Salutations. I'm gonna just lighten this up a little bit towards this end, and hopefully this isn't like too aggressive here once this dries. Try to create just like a little bit of light up on this end, but I need to spread it, thin it just a little bit. This may not work. There's a little bit of experimental thing here I'm doing here with this. Maybe that's fine. And a little bit of this here. Yep. Whew. Okay. And then finally, mostly white here for the final bit. And if this works, I'll try that on the other one as well. This I like to just do like white lines here, like real fine, sort of like feathery things, make it look like there's like some kind of like lightning blast or something. I don't know. I don't know if this is good, but this is what I like to do sometimes to see if it works out this time. Doesn't always work out. Like static or something. It might be too white. Might need a little bit of blue in there as well. A little bit more blue in there. Okay, and then from there I basically just grab the almost pure white, and then I'll just retrace these one more time, these final lines here, and then I'll do one more edge highlight on it. That should basically be good. And then one last thing I do is basically like this. That's a little bit too like watery or something. That paint is not sticking that well. It is too wet. just down the biggest bolts basically, and then I'll leave the like the smaller ones a little bit untouched here. Whew, okay. And where is my turquoise? Midpoint of the thing, I just want to do a little bit of turquoise, not quite on the white part, but just like in between. Sometimes it gives a little bit more of like a light look. I'm a little bit rusty on this, so this one's gonna be a little bit scuffed. I'll do hopefully maybe one more if I have time, and get one more done here. All right. And then this I just use white. I mean, sorry, water. I should be able to just go like this in between these lightning bolts. Turquoise it up just a tiny bit here. A little bit down here, a little bit down here. This will sort of smooth it. It's almost just like a wash. I don't know. Just in between the lightning bolts. Hopefully that turns out alright. Put more of this down here. Maybe let that dry out just a little bit. Actually, you know what? Let's just totally wash this with a bit of that too. Doesn't need to be too crazy or anything. All right, let's see how that is once that dries up. It looks a little bit too white right now, but I think part of that's just like the Giga Bright lights on it. A lot of times these things look a little bit better once they're once they're not under such a strong bright light. All right, there's one lightning sword. This side, I think I'm not going to do like the turquoise wash. I'm basically just going to do straight. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll do it right now before I do the next couple layers here. Let's go like this. And just soak that up. All right, dry that up. Yeah, you know what, that's looking pretty good there. Actually, I'm pretty happy with that. And then what I brought to do on this side is basically a little edge highlight. My music stopped again. Holy. YouTube is depriving me of their royalty-free music by stopping and asking me if I'm still listening every 5 seconds. All right. There we go. Sorry if that was not in the camera. My camera angle. What am I doing here? My camera is like not even pointing at anything. This is crazy. So the idea with this is that it's going to be like the end of a spear, and it's basically going to look like he's stabbing and the lightning is like pew, pew, like the lightning is coming off the end of the spear, you know, kind of like as he stabs. Holy, what is wrong with this camera? Anyway, that's the theory. It's still a bit wet right now, so it looks a little uneven, but that's pretty good, all right? I'll do the other side real quick. The other option was like this, which is where the lightning's coming up from the hilt. I've done that on swords before. One of those meta classes? I don't get it. Here's the last lightning sword I did. So this one was like the lightning coming up from the hilt, basically. And that one turned out, I was pretty happy with how this one turned out. What I should get is a new camera, realistically. Glasses, glass. Oh, you mean like the new, bro? You think I got like $800 sitting around to buy some fancy Google technology? Buy some. Oh wait, well no. What's Meta? Meta is Facebook, isn't it? Oh, camera disconnected. I would settle with like a camera that is not my cell phone. Not a 8-year-old cell or 5-year-old cell phone. That's what I would settle for. I'll start with that. Why don't I start with an actual camera at some point? Whoa! Oh no, I just dropped it. Where did it go? Come back. You're not free of me yet, Warhammer piece. Okay. So I've all covered in hair here now. All right, well. Got a nice hairy piece of model here. Alright. So this one come up from the base. I've got to like basically barely touch it, basically just go for like a real thin line, you know? Just real staticky sort of thing. This one's gonna look better than the other one. I've had one more practice now, so this one is gonna, the lines are gonna work better. Can already tell. Sometimes you just get a good feeling about it, you know? You're doing something and you're like, damn, this one's working. This one I got a good feeling about it, so. Go way up here and here. And then maybe like this. Boop. Alright. And then do like a good fat lightning here at the bottom. Just like that. And then maybe like a few little like these. I'll do like some like lightning lines here. So like some static lines here. Something like that. A little bit of static electricity down here. Alright, now we're really cooking. Hell yeah. Alright, and then alright, so finally, last edge highlight here. It doesn't really matter what brush you use for edge highlighting as long as it's like I think I may do like one more little additional static bolt down here, just like a halfway one, just to really wrap it up here, like this. There we go, something like that. All right. So that's the other option for the spear. So I'm just testing these out. So I think the one I like better is this one with a slightly better implementation. So next time I'll spend more time on it. But oh, okay, man, can that focus? Holy, please. Ah, there we go. So I think I like that angle better, and then maybe that angle, but I'll play around with it a bit more. There's one. Next, I'm gonna do a quick glowing sword. This, hopefully, you know what, this is gonna take me like 5 times as long, probably. What time is it? 8:19. I'm gonna try and do this in 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes tops. It's supposed to be a short stream tonight. Alright. Just paint that real thin, let that dry up just a little bit more. Just slightly more even base coat there. And then the colors for this are just like burnt red, orange, a little bit of regular red, yellow, and let me see, like maybe some bone white. Huh? Give me 1 second.
Sorry.
All right, I'm back. So, glowing sword. Burnt red, regular red. Oh, come on. I only need like a few drops of red here. But, so I don't want to take too much out. Sorry, I gotta get the palette cam set up again. I used to have like a camera on my palette, and it was like the best thing because I could actually put paint on the palette and everyone could see what I was doing. I thought it was a good addition, but then I couldn't get it to work in my new setup, so I gotta get a new like tripod or something like that, or some kind of, not a tripod, what's it? Like a desk mount. I got like this crappy like $20 desk mount that I bought for a camera here, but it's constantly falling over. But I don't have any more attachments for additional cameras. All right. So this is just like a mix of burnt red and the orange. I'm just gonna start with this and then work my way out from there. This is gonna be a lot lighter than the base color will be. I might just do one side of this for now. And then that'll give me the option of painting the other side if I'm unhappy with how this turns out. I like to, when you're doing these things, you gotta make every half of the weapon, every side of the weapon count, you know? When I was working on non-metallic metal stuff a while back, I would do like one side, and it's like, oh, that didn't turn out. Then I'd do like this side, and like, okay, that one turned out a little bit better, and then do like this side, then do this side, you know, like every time I just do like half and treat that as like one practice piece. And now we get to sit around and just watch the paint dry. Hello, salutations. How's oh, I was gonna ask Oscar, how's the dark and darker rates going? How's everything going? How's the dungeon? Dry faster paint, please. Alright. Well, paint's not drying that fast, but that's fine. So now, this is working my way into the middle here, like this. I'll get a little bit more medium here. I'm just using medium to thin the paint. It's a little bit better for like glazing and, well, not really glazing, but just for like blending and stuff. I'm not really doing like real glazing right now. So the bulk of this can be the red, burnt red. Another important part when you're doing like glowing stuff is that you actually, if you want it to look like glowing metal, you need a lot of gray and black, because you need to like, you need the outside edges to look cold in order for like the middle stuff to look hot, basically. When metal like glows red, it also kind of cools around the edges, so I'm doing this, I like to do something like this. All the edges should be kind of like like this. I think I'm gonna have the glow focus on the center of the blade. It's almost like reverse edge highlighting. You're not like highlighting it, you're like you're making it like darker towards the edges, you know? So then basically just go like this. Just like roughing that edge up a little bit as we go. And that'll give me like a good base to work from. Hey, how's it going? Filthy Boy Forever. Welcome to the stream. How's your night going? There we go. Nice rough gray around the edge there. And mix a little bit of gray and red here too for this part. Just down here, I'll just do something like this. Then I'll grab the smaller brush and I'll be working towards the center here. A little orange in there. Oh yeah, that's a good color. Gotta really like mix up the colors good, you know, get the right colors going on. So something like this. As we go here, keep it nice and wet and try and keep it rough. Basically just like almost like stippling it on, but it's like a pretty wet paint, so it's not gonna be going on super smooth. Okay, now I know YouTube stole my music. It's not a song change. I'm gonna get a real playlist. Yep, video pods, continue watching. YouTube knows I'm still watching. Nobody's listening to music for like 2 minutes. That's crazy. They know, they have the algorithms. They know how long I'm listening to music for. I don't know how loud the music is on the stream. I don't do audio checks before I start streaming, so I basically just fire it up and go, and then let people tell me if it's too loud. Alright. I'm hoping it's aight. Keep working towards the center here. That's a little bit too much red there. I'll basically just work my way down here. Make the orange kind of uneven a little bit. Down towards the middle there. Should just keep getting lighter and lighter and lighter. Alright, next, just be like straight orange, and work my way up to yellow basically. But we return to watching paint dry right now because it takes forever to dry. Man. I need some like, oh, I didn't have a second cup of coffee today. No wonder I'm absolutely fried. Friday before Christmas, and only had 1 cup of coffee. What am I doing? What was I thinking? Alright, I can basically just start getting the orange coming through here. The glowing stuff, it's like a lot of like fiddling back and forth. You almost never get it right the first time. You have to continually go back and forth between reds and orange until it just kind of looks right. You really like with glowing stuff, you're just going on vibes, honestly. There's no like, hey, do it this way once and it's like perfect. It's like, you're almost always gonna spend an hour or two. Well, not an hour or two, hopefully not an hour or two, but you're always gonna spend some time going back and forth. Because this stuff is, it's gotta look right. But we'll see. Maybe I do nail it the first time. Be the first time that's ever happened, but you know. Okay, we got the orange up the middle. Now we just mix a bit of yellow in there. We get the yellow going. You basically want to always be mixing color to color. You never want like straight yellow on straight orange on straight red. You basically want to like mix a little bit of the yellow into the orange, and that's like your actual like yellow tone, right? So basically go like this now. This needs to be thinned out with medium. This has to be almost like a glaze. Like this. Around this side as well. I'll basically go the yellow here. Sick. Starting to get there. And now it's bone white. I usually use ivory. They're like almost the same color. The ivory's a little bit light in the bone white. Oh dude, hey, that's a good strategy, right? Anything that works. Half the time, if my blends are like never perfectly smooth, so I just like straight up, I'll just like do like a really thin wash sometimes and just wash the whole thing. I'll just like water the paint right down and just like soak it, you know? You gotta just go with what works, right? Basically mix that up and then mix a little bit of this in here. And this is gonna be like the brightest spot, with the exception of like maybe like a tiny little crease up the middle. Generally, I'll do something like this. Oh god, there's so much paint on the brush though. Maybe even a little bit more down here, make this look a little bit like thicker and brighter down here. Then like a little bit, like say like a little bit of a wash or something, right? Like I don't use contrast. I don't have any contrast medium or anything, but sometimes I'll just like I'll just really thin the paint out in some ordinary thinner medium. Something like this, and then just go for like a thin coat like that, maybe. See how that turns out. And maybe a little bit more orange. Or yellow even, or something like that. Maybe not. You know what? I'm pretty happy with that. All right, the last thing I gotta do now is just get a little bit of black here. But yeah, dude, if you have like some trick with like contrast medium and that shit works for you, dude, that's like, I'm all about just like, you find the stuff that works for you and just like spam that, you know, you gotta spam that shit. Whenever I find a technique that like works for me, even if it's like technically wrong or it's not the way like you're supposed to do stuff, man, I just go with it. I have no idea what I'm doing anyway. Half the time I'm just like winging it, trying to figure out how to make stuff look the way that I think it should look or whatever. Then I like to just do like a black highlight on the edge of these when I'm doing these like glowing swords. Like a real nice dark black edge highlight for like a bit of extra contrast or something. I don't know. I'm not an artist. I'm a software developer, not an artist, that's for sure. Alright, sick. Oh, I gotcha. So it turns it more, it actually like turns regular paint into a contrast paint, sort of? Hell yeah. Thanks, dude. Alright, here's like a couple lightning weapons. One side of a lightning weapon and then the other side. Okay, I gotta check out some of that stuff. I've been wanting to do contrast paint stuff, but I have no idea why. Like, they sell contrast paint as being like a beginner paint, but I find it to be like, I haven't used any contrast paint and it kind of intimidates me. It looks like the kind of thing that would be like, you'd have to learn a lot about how to use it or something. I don't know why. I've always been like a little bit intimidated to like start messing around with contrast paints because I've always just used like straight acrylic paints. Looks confusing and different, and I'm too old to change, you know? Alright, we got a glowing sword and we got a lightning sword. I only did one half the glowing sword because I'm going to try sort of a different approach next time on it. This side is just still brown. And then lightning sword, I did lightning coming from the base and then coming from the top because it's probably going to be like that on the spear. When I actually do the spears, I think I'm going to do the spears like this. Something like that. Oh, I gotcha. Kind of like a wash. I have issues with that. I sometimes I go a little heavy with the Agrax Earthshade or the Nuln Oil and I end up with those like thick pools and like droplets and stuff. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this one. Maybe I'll do a green sword or something on this one. I don't know. Some kind of plants or something, freehand, but I'll save this one for later. Is there anything that quick I can do? Probably not. Anyways, that's all I got in me for the stream tonight. Sorry it's such a short one. Tonight, I did like less than an hour. Oh, maybe it was almost an hour. I think I started about 7:40, but the holidays are rapidly approaching and things have been crazy. Things have been a little bit hectic and energy is low and dread is high for the upcoming end of the year. No, it'll be fun. Holidays are always fun. Get to visit family and stuff like that. But I will be out of town for a week, so I won't be streaming until the 29th or something like that. I'll probably make one more YouTube video and try and post one to my channel before then. I hope everybody has a great holidays. If you're watching the stream, I appreciate you dropping by and watching, and if you like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. It's good to see you again as Youth89. Glad I saw you in chat again. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, and hope everyone has a great holidays.